Thank you for watching my film. I hope you like. Dziękuję.
Number 10. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life, China.
Take us to the Cradle of Life.
Sorry, Lara.
It's your destiny to see what's inside.
The second film starring Angelina Jolie as video game treasure hunter Lara Croft was much less successful than its predecessor, and this wasn't helped by one country outright banning it. In the film, Croft travels to China to find a precious orb needed to recover Pandora's box. She manages to get into the country undetected via hang glider and ride her motorcycle down the Great Wall of China.
Do you ever do anything the easy way?
And risk disappointing you?
The country opted not to allow the sequel into theaters, reportedly due to censors objecting to the film's portrayal of China. Technically, it wasn't accurate since the scenes set in China were actually shot in Wales.
You're laughing at me.
No, at the fact I used to find you charming.
I am charming.
Number 9. The Kingdom, Kuwait and Bahrain. Here's some irony. A film called The Kingdom is not allowed in multiple kingdoms.
By the way, I don't like your jokes.
Although primarily filmed in Abu Dhabi, the thriller follows a team of federal agents who travel to Saudi Arabia to find a notorious criminal. At the time, Saudi Arabia already had a ban on movie theaters, but the film's portrayal of the country seems to have upset other nations. Persian Gulf countries Kuwait and Bahrain banned The Kingdom. An official in Bahrain said it vilifies a brotherly country, referring to Saudi Arabia.
We know two things. We know he was Saudi, we know he was here. That's two big answers in 2 minutes. Imagine if we had a couple of days.
Considering how numerous critics noted stereotypical characterizations in the film, we can't be too surprised about these bans.
عقيد غازي ظاهر عندك مشاكل في جسمك.
يظهر حنا الاثنين عندنا مشاكل.
Number 8. The Simpsons Movie, Myanmar. Considering how irreverent The Simpsons tend to be, it's not surprising to hear of at least one country banning their big screen debut.
I can't believe we're paying to see something we get on TV for free. If you ask me, everybody in this theater is a giant sucker, especially you!
But reportedly, it wasn't any of the crude gags that got The Simpsons movie banned from Myanmar. It was the film's use of yellow and red color pairings. These happened to be the colors of rebel organization the National League for Democracy, and the film was subsequently banned.
Guys, look, those idiots don't even know where we live. No!
Considering that you can't really have a Simpsons movie without the color yellow, we don't know how you could possibly circumvent this ban. The Simpsons with blue skin just isn't the same.
Hey, my luck's beginning to turn.
Number 7. Zoolander, Malaysia and Singapore.
But why male models?
You serious? I just told you that a moment ago.
Zoolander is a very funny movie, but it's not a particularly respectful one. And that lack of sensitivity got it banned from 2 countries.
I became...
What?
bulimic.
You can read minds.
The comedy's plot involves a dim-witted male model being brainwashed into going after the new Prime Minister of Malaysia. The film isn't exactly nuanced in its portrayal of the country, so it's unsurprising that it was banned with the country's censorship board calling it definitely unsuitable. Singapore, an ally to Malaysia, also banned Zoolander, though they did later lift it. Derek Zoolander might be really ridiculously good-looking, but some found his movie just ridiculously offensive.
Thank you, Derek Zoolander, for saving my life.
Pagkipeya dan yafashun, kami mungkucapkan. Sama-sama putanu mantri.
Number 6. Battle Royale, Germany and South Korea. Before there was the Hunger Games, there was Battle Royale. In this Japanese thriller, middle school students are made to fight to the death by a totalitarian government. The film stoked plenty of controversy for its high levels of violence involving adolescents. For a time, Battle Royale was banned in Germany, with the police confiscating copies of the film, though this ban was later overturned. The film is also reportedly forbidden from airing on South Korean TV due to the extreme levels of violence. Thankfully, no battle royale has taken place in response to these bannings.
生き残ったら家に帰れるんですか？
帰りますよ。ただし最後の一人だけな。
Number 5, District 9, Nigeria. Sci-fi thriller District 9 uses extraterrestrial beings to make a point about issues like racism and xenophobia.
And now, after 20 years, public pressure had forced the government to shift the aliens out of Johannesburg.
However, some found the film itself to be culturally insensitive. The film features Nigerian characters who were portrayed not only as criminals, but also as cannibals.
They believed that by doing so, they were ingesting their power.
The country was outraged by this, with their information minister calling it definitely unacceptable and going as far as saying as it denigrated Nigeria's image. They also said they asked for an apology from Sony.
What is your secret? What did you do? Tell me. I want the arm.
Ultimately, District 9 was 86th in Nigeria, and there's no word of this ban ever being lifted. Number 4, Borat, Various. It's pretty obvious why Kazakhstan banned Borat, considering the mockumentary's rather unflattering portrayal of the country.
I get a window from a glass, he must get a window from a glass. I get a step, he must get a step. I get a clock radio, he cannot afford. Great success.
However, they weren't the only country to not find Sacha Baron Cohen's antics amusing. All Arab countries, with the exception of Lebanon and the United Arab Emirates, who censored it considerably, also banned the film.
Give me a smile, baby. Why angry face?
Well, what you're saying is very demeaning. Do you know the word demeaning?
No.
A Dubai censor referred to it as vile, gross, and extremely ridiculous. We definitely agree, Borat is ridiculous, and we can see how some might have found it offensive. However, Kazakhstan has softened its stance a bit, using Borat's famous catchphrase as a tourism slogan. Altogether now, very nice.
Thank you for watching my film. I hope you like. Dziękuję.
Number 3, Persepolis, Iran and Lebanon.
My whole life I've lived by religion's rules. My whole life I've prayed. I've worn my veil and I've obeyed. And for what? How can I have faith anymore?
Think animated films are all pure escapism? You clearly haven't seen Persepolis, a stunning adaptation of an autobiographical graphic novel set during the Iranian Revolution. The film drew praise for both its striking animation and its emotional storytelling. However, as with many acclaimed films, Persepolis also drew intense criticism.
In your lifetime, you're going to meet a lot of jerks. If someone hurts you, just tell yourself it's due to their lack of intelligence. That way you'll never sink down to their level.
The film was banned for a time in Lebanon due to some clerics saying it was offensive to Iran and Islam. Iran itself wasn't too happy about Persepolis either. Government officials made claims of Islamophobia against the film and managed to get it cut from the Bangkok International Film Festival.
No one's allowed through.
I live down the block.
Go ahead.
We hope to see more politically minded animated films in the future. Number 2, The Departed, China.
You got something you wanna ask me?
Look, you're 70 years old, Frank. I'm just saying, okay? One of you guys is gonna pop you.
Martin Scorsese's Best Picture-winning crime thriller is a remake of a Hong Kong film, Infernal Affairs. However, China issued an outright ban on The Departed. Officials portrayed the ban as being due to the film's general content, with a spokesman saying it would not be suitable for Chinese viewers. But others believe it was specifically due to an aspect of the plot, in which gangster Frank Costello sells stolen military equipment to China.
For his own good, tell Bruce Lee and the Karate Kids none of us are carrying automatic weapons.
Ultimately, The Departed was never legally imported into the country, but it still managed to score big at the box office and during awards season.
I have to say your vulnerability is really freaking me out right now.
Number 1, Brokeback Mountain, Various.
Is there anything interesting up there in heaven?
I was just sending off a prayer of thanks.
For what?
For you forgetting to bring that harmonica. I'm enjoying the peace and quiet.
Cowboy romantic drama Brokeback Mountain made us cry, but it also caused some significant outcry over its plot. Social progress happens at different rates in different places, and even in the US, the Oscar-winning film's depiction of a same-sex love affair upset some critics.
I don't get you, Ennis Delmar.
Sorry.
It was outright banned in China as well as in multiple Middle Eastern countries. It was released in Lebanon, but in a heavily censored form, and in the United Arab Emirates, but only on home video. Positive mainstream depictions of gay relationships have increased substantially since the release of Brokeback Mountain.
I wish I knew how to quit you.
Then why don't you just let me be, huh?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.